Hello, thank you to my nominating committee and the United Way P5 selection committee. It is an honor for me to be speaking here, and I appreciate your time and attention. I get very emotional when I talk about my parents, as you can see, so sorry if I cry. But before I start, I'd really like to thank my parents who've made me tough and ambitious and who've raised me to be the unapologetic woman that I am today. I'd also like to thank everyone in my community. You fill my soul with goodness, love, counsel, kindness, and hold me to be accountable, to be just in my personal and professional life, even when it's difficult. I'd also like to give thanks to the first recorded inhabitants of this land, the Menominee, Fox, Muscootan, Saw, Potawatomi, and Ojibwe Native tribes that originally settled and took care of this land. I also think it's imperative we take a moment of silence for the innocent lives that were lost in El Paso, Texas at the hands of a white nationalist who targeted the Latinx community and as well as those in Dayton, Ohio. So please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. So I'd like to take this time to share with you a little bit about myself and where my passion for this work originates from. So I was born in Mumbai. Some of you might have heard of it. It's a small town of 12 million in India. I spent a few years of my life living there before my father was scouted for an opportunity in the United States. Growing up, I watched both my parents, despite having polio, earn graduate degrees, open and close a restaurant, and climb the corporate ladder. And actually, fun fact, my dad's first job in the United States was at Harley-Davidson, a humble Indian man working to make sure the good people of America could buy their motorcycles without a lot of, struggle or issues. I mean, does it get more American than that? I don't think so. So thanks, Dad. You can thank Jilly Gokalgandhi for your motorcycles. My parents left India for a better opportunity, providing opportunities to me and my brother. People don't leave places if things are fine and opportunities abundant. The Puritans wouldn't have built the Mayflower, and the colonists wouldn't have dumped all that tea in the harbor if things were fine. They would have stayed in Great Britain. Families do not make journeys because they are bored or think it's fun to mess with the system. They do that because there is a lack of something, be it opportunity, food, safety, or jobs. While it might not be you or your grandparents, surely your great-grandparents from Germany, from Ireland, from Poland, from Italy have passed down their American origin stories of struggles and success through generations. My family and many families of our community and country are living today as your grandparents probably did decades ago, and yet not everybody sees it that way. And we know why, because it's about belonging. And as many of you understand this, and I know I'm preaching to the choir, but this is for those who haven't taken that journey yet. I don't know what more I could tell you about my life or my family and my love and commitment to this community and country, but it's frustrating and disheartening to know that in 2019, the determining factor of who does and does not belong is still dictated by the color of their skin and not the vibrancy they add to our country. Well, I'm glad to see most of you agree with me. Thank you. We can all be friends. This makes my work at Rockwell Automation really personal. It makes it personal that I get to talk to young women of all ages and backgrounds about STEM careers now, so that when they enter the workforce, they're not the only one who looks like them around the table. It makes it personal that we invest in maker spaces and computer science education for Milwaukee Public School students, because those are the jobs of the future, and they need to be able to see themselves there. It makes it personal that we work with Rockwell Automation employees to create volunteerism experiences in the community around our company so that they can have an authentic exchange over shared passion with a student they might never have met before. I've learned through my lived and shared experiences that the underpinning of our society depends on honoring and valuing differences, that those differences are the catalyst for stronger communities, and the responsibility to make that work lies on us. These differences make our lives rich with meaning as we're constantly learning and growing and noticing and improving in relationship with one another. This country was founded on the notion that all men are created equal with the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But things are a little bit different now than they were in the 1700s. So maybe, just maybe, it wouldn't be a bad idea to rethink some notions and create an inclusive intention for a new century. Thank you for your time, and namaste.